Hi everyone, Glaive here with one more video in Encourage AQ40. Next Ramus is just around the corner here on Doomhowl. Thought I'd make one last video in regards to using raid frame indicators to better make decisions during your raid healing, and so I thought we'd watch over some of the hardest pulls in AQ40, which is the post Twin M's trash. A lot of moving parts in these pulls. We have Karaji champions, which can fear the tanks and vengeance themselves for faster swings and damage. We have spinners that can just do a lot of AoE damage to any DPS that's in melee range, and we have slayers, which can mind control and mind flay. So a lot of moving parts, so there's a few things you can keep an eye out for in your raid frame indicators to assist your raid in general. So let's review some of the raid indicators and decisions that I make here in these polls, and we'll see if we can analyze the play and see if these decisions were optimal. So here comes poll number one, pet pulling in group number one, which has a bunch of spinners and the Karaji champion, no slayers. The Karaji champion I like to target directly to be certain I can see who it's targeting. Want to make sure it's a tank, and the tank that's tanking it, of course, since I'm a dwarf, definitely want to monitor the fear ward on them, and vengeance, right, to dispel vengeance off of them when they become big and enraged. So here comes the pull. We'll take a freeze frame here. So we got a bunch of DPS warriors with direct threat. That's because they're each tanking one of those spinner ads, which is normal. No damage out yet. So looking at this frame, the mage Safi over here has direct threat on something, and that always scares me. You know, mage can get one tap pretty easily. So my guess is my mouse here is going to come to Safi to support with a pre-shield. And there's my mouse right over Safi. Toss them the shield just in case they get hit. It'll allow them time to react with a Petri, a Lip, or another healer to support with a Bop, for example. First wave of AoE damage has gone out from the spinners, so looking at this freeze frame, some ideal targets to heal would be the rogue, the warrior, or the mage, because all the other warriors with direct threat are fully topped up and are blanketed with renews, right? So Smash here has an incoming heal. Rashala hasn't taken any damage yet, and these three tanks are full. So let's say one of these three. So where does my mouse go? It goes to the rogue, and I start queuing a flash heal. Rogue popped evasion, so it's going to be completely fine. So I actually could have cancel casted this flash heal, but you know, your mouse has to travel to the next target, right? So now that this flash heal is queuing on the rogue, we're probably going to go to Thought or Roop. And who do I decide to go to? I go to Roop. My flash heal has not landed yet on the rogue, but the mage is already receiving incoming heals, so this is a sign for you to not heal the mage, because the mage is going to be topped up from another healer. If you start queuing a flash heal next, you're just going to completely overheal, because there's no direct threat on the mage, right? There's probably no more incoming damage, so there's no reason to believe that this mage is in any danger at the moment. So watch what happens. My flash heal lands, but I'm not queuing a flash heal on Little Roop. If you did not see the predictive healing on the mage, you most likely would have started casting another heal, and would have gone completely to overheal. So decide to come over here to the warriors, who are the ones that have taken damage, and start helping out the warriors here. And that's it for pull number one. You know, the rest of the damage, just monitor who has direct threat, who's taking damage, and finish off the pull. The Karaji champion here is pulled by this mage Safi. So if you watch my mouse carefully, which is over here, hovered over target to target to assist the mage. So if it happens very fast, but if a mage has direct threat from a Karaji champion, they're going to need some help. So the mage was shielded. I was anticipating some flash heal casting on the mage, but the tank was able to taunt before that damage. So, but you see my mouse went over to Safi, anticipating the damage. Good practice here, if you can think about it, is use target dummies as well, right? If you see a big ad in a raid that's going to go hit one of your clothies and there's no tank tanking it, a good reaction would be to like lay a target dummy over here, right? It would pull the Karaji champion away from the stack. It's not something that I did in this case, but something that, looking back at the play, throwing a target dummy when an ad is loose like that is definitely good practice. So keep that in mind. You've got target dummies in your arsenal if you're engineering, which you should be. Okay, now looking at the raid frames here, we got little pumps with direct threat with incoming heal, Notorous and Bips. I myself have aggro on something, but I'm shielded, so any of these targets to monitor would be pretty much a safe bet here, so I decided to babysit little pumps for a bit. And now back to Bips, who has direct threat, no incoming, right? Notorous, direct threat, no incoming. So we're just kind of following my mouse along to see that the decisions I'm making are in line with my raid frame indicators. Without these threat indicators and this predictive healing, I want you to imagine if you did not see this red box here, if you did not see this pink rejuvenation here, Notorous and Thought in this second look exactly the same, right? They're both down about 2600 health. Black borders behind their missing health, no incoming heals. But without these two boxes here, they would look identical. So who do you heal? Do you heal Notorous or do you heal Thought? Well, in my case here, very simple decision. Notorous is the one with direct threat. Thought is not in any immediate danger. So your shield or your flash heals are going to go on Notorous, right? And now Thought's getting healed from someone else. So this is the importance of having these indicators set up, because it'll help you with your decision making. So Notorous definitely was the prior target there, got healed up. And now looking at the frame here, like if you don't look at the screen in the back, well, the frames are telling the exact story on screen. There's one mob left being tanked by Big Kevo. Big Kevo is here, got direct threat. So Big Kevo now has to be babysat. And as a priest here, when you see these Karaji champions grow like this, you should be dispelling. So let's check my next global. There's the dispel. So dispel on the Karaji champion shrinks right away, gets that vengeance off them right away. And that's it for poll number 1. Let's go to poll number 2. So poll set up here, bunch of spinners and a Karaji champion. I target the champion to monitor the target of target, and now we're just watching the melee in the blender, we call it, because there's a lot of melee damage that goes out, right? See, all this damage that went out was cleave damage, like spinning, because there's no direct threat indicators on my frames. So just pick a target to heal, Mato, and then of course follow the predictive healing. So Notorous has a heal coming, Bips has a heal coming, so my mouse is on Mato, and now switches over Notorous with a shield. So that happened very fast because Notorous has direct threat. So Notorous is in quite some danger here, as well as YMB. So we'll support Notorous for a little bit until the threat is abolished, and now we got YMB and Big Kevo that are in danger, right? They have direct threat, no incoming heals. YMB does have a heal over time, so my mouse is most likely to come here to the left. If I didn't have these indicators, I could have went to Smash, I could have went to Reshala, I could have went to the Rogue, right? But no, my mouse is always going to hover towards direct threat, no incoming. So my mouse goes over to Big Kevo, supports Big Kevo with a flash heal. YMB got a heal from someone else, and now we got Reshala here with direct threat, no incoming. So my mouse is probably going to come back to Reshala. So yes, it hovered over Reshala, but the threat was abolished. So now I'm on Notorous. Notorous has the direct threat. He gets topped up. It's abolished. So now we got Big Kevo, Flimsy, Smash, and YMB. My mouse is going to stay close to these ones. Oh, Notorous, direct threat, no incoming, has weakened soul. So I can't shield, so I just gotta put a flash heal into Notorous. And that's it. That's how you handle these fast situations. Just read your direct threat indicators, combine that with your predictive healing, and you'll see that your mouse will always hover over the right targets. Without these indicators, like Advil here and Mato, not in any direct threats. So they're missing 1,000 health, but not in any danger. It's not a priority. The priority here is the direct threat. So look, the Warlock just pulled threat on this Karaji champion. So let's watch that play again. So the Karaji champion here. We'll watch the raid frame indicator on Plague. Right down here any second now. Okay, so see Plague here is about to pull threat on this Karaji champion. So Karaji champion is targeting Plague Heart, has full direct threat on the Warlock. The Warlock reacts very fast, uses the lip. So the lip protects the Warlock. So the Karaji champion is forced to pick another target next on the threat table, and that's Blipsy. So Blipsy here is a warlock. I'm a priest standing in between the Karaji champion and the warlock. So this would be a great time to target dummy if you're fast enough, right? So if you have target dummies in your arsenal, waiting for the Karaji champion to walk and throwing a target dummy behind would just nullify the threat. But in this case here, if you look at my mouse, my mouse is hovering towards the target of target to either shield the warlock and then start pre-casting flash heals. It's kind of like what my mind is trained to do, but I'm trying over time to work on that other route, is the target dummy. But that was not needed. Flimsy Reed came in with the taunt, took the Karaji champion off Blipsy. So, but had the warrior not done that, you're a priest. What could you do to support your raid? I would say target dummy there would have been the ideal out if the warrior did not come in with the taunt. If not, then you're resorting to pre-shielding the warlock and spamming flash shields into them, hoping that the warlock reacts with their own lip, a petri, or some other defensive, right? So hope that's clear on what you can do in these types of situations. And that's it for this pull. We see the Karaji champion Vengeance themselves. They got big but instantly dispelled by a priest, and that's it for pull number 2. And we'll do one more pull. I think there's some Slayers in pull number 3, which will change it up a little bit. The Slayers are the ones that mind control and mind flay. So these. So here comes the pull. Always targeting the Karaji champion. So targeting, making sure one of the tanks has it, which is great. Here's the mind Slayers, so they can mind flay and mind control. I recommend a greater shadow protection potion in this room to absorb some of that shadow damage. If you were to be the target of a mind flay, it'll help your survivability. And let's watch the play through the raid frame. So you gets mind controlled first. So anytime there's a mind control in World of Warcraft hardcore, the mind control target needs to be crowd controlled. So mages need to sheep, paladins need to hodge. If you're a priest, you should always have magic dust on you. So magic dust with a mouse over macro to just add to the CC chain if needed. So you gets mind controlled, and you can see that a hodge goes out pretty quickly by paladin, taken care of. YMB is not CC'd, so I hover over YMB, and if you look at my mind control, my magic dust macro here, I have 9 magic dust. I just now used my magic dust, so it's got a minute cooldown, and you can see the sleep debuff on YMB. So these 2 mind controls had been slept. So I decided to assist in the CC chain because you got instantly hodged, but there was no instant CC on the other warrior, and it's everyone's responsibility. Paladins to hodge, priests, rogues, a lot going on in these pulls, but you can definitely assist with the CC chain. Is my point here. So always have like 10 magic dust on you for all raids, and anytime you see a mind control target, you can just jump in and help out. And now we watch the pull go through. Keep in mind, when there are mind control targets under CC, though, this is an extra thing for you to watch. When the mind control is removed, you do want to dispel the CC off the player to get them into battle as fast as possible. So when you watch my mouse, you're going to see me hover over the mind control targets immediately. So here's my mouse on Flimsy Reed, and it's probably going to come to YMB next, which it does, and you're going to see Dispel as my next global. There you go, Dispel. So I remove the sleeping dust off YMB, and now we got Bips here in a hodge, so you're probably going to see my mouse come over Bips, which it does, and you're going to see another Dispel on Bips. So keep that in mind. We don't see mind controls a whole lot in my videos, but when mind control is a thing, CC is the first thing you want to look out for, and then you do want to keep in the back of your mind that once that mind control is removed, you want to remove the CC off the player as fast as possible. Looking at the raid frame now, back to the indicators, we got Old Fit with direct threat, no incoming, no renew, no shields, Big Kevo direct threat with a renew, and a mage with direct threat. So probably Old Fit is my guess is where my mouse is going to go. This, see, right there, right to Old Fit. Going to throw out a flash heal. And then while that heal's going out, we're looking for our next target. So we got Big Kevos, Annie P, Little Pumps. So all these 3 targets are viable. So go here to Big Kevo to support them. And the pull's pretty much over here. We're going to keep an eye out on the Karaji champion for Vengeance. And we're going to watch for the Karaji champion to grow. Oh, so here we got another mind control target that got immediately slept by someone, which is great. And so you can keep an eye out for the red. When the red disappears, that means mind control is off and someone should be dispelling smash. There you go, dispelled. And then Karaji champion, you know, tank and spank right now. So there you go, grew big, dispelled. So happened pretty fast there, but there's the dispel. When you see the Karaji champion cast vengeance on themselves, someone should be dispelling that. And we're back to single target tanking, so just assist, and that's it for the pull. So that's it. Rinse and repeat about 6-7 times. How many other packs are there in this room? I can't remember, but the post Twin M's trash is some of the most dangerous trash in this game. Lots for a priest to look out for, right? We've got you can dispel silences off the warriors as well, right? Because there's an AoE silence that we saw going out, and when your warriors are silenced, they cannot taunt. So in between globals, if you find yourself able to assist that, pick a tank that gets silenced and dispel silence off of them if you can. You know, prioritize tanks that have direct threat with no incoming for your heals, and then of course secondary are the DPS that get hit by cleaves. You can top them up as well. You can assist with the CC change with sleeping dust, and you can assist with threat drops with target dummies and dispel vengeance. And those are, you know, some of the tips that I'd like to share with you as a healing priest in hardcore for Mankaraj post Twin M's trash. Hope you found some value out of this. Most of the decisions that I chose were in line with my raid frame indicators. So if you have any questions, you can watch my past videos on how to set these indicators up. And you can always drop me a message in the comments. Let me know if you like this type of content. And we'll see each other in Naxxramas soon. Glaive Storm signing out.